All right, we're going to take a few shots with the SKS. Again, I've got one of my favorite loads, the 154 grain soft point load that Tool Ammo sells. Great little load, shoots good. Let's blow up a couple of bottles with it, see what kind of damage it does. Oh yeah. It's 10 shots, but it's 10 very good shots. I love an SKS. Very nice.
Well, Larry, that was pretty cool with those 2 liters, but we got some 3 liters set up over here now. Let's see how they go up. I like this little gun quite a bit.
Well, I'm gonna have to get you one. Oh yeah. Make short work of that stuff, don't it?
Not too shabby. See where it's hitting long range at the 100-yard gong there.
Okay. There you go.
Not too shabby.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Eric here, and today we have another MillSert review for you. We're going to be talking about the Chinese Type 56. Now, I'm not going to go into a ton of details about the SKS family of rifles because there's so much information out there on them. I would really suggest to you that if you're interested in learning more about them, to read up on them, because there's a ton of variations. These things have been made all over the world in all different sorts of places. But for those of you that don't know, it's a semi-automatic 10-shot 7.62 by 39 rifle. Originally, it was meant to be just kind of a good, you know, everyday issue soldier's weapon. Okay, the Soviets, of course, before they could really ramp up production with the SKS, they moved on to the AK-47. The SKS, unfortunately, as a military weapon, somewhat fell into the halls of obscurity compared to the AK-47 in the eyes of a lot of countries. But China was one of the few countries to say, hey, we like this rifle, we want to make it a standard issue arm. Well, in 1956, the Chinese adopted the AK-47. They also adopted the SKS the same year. They ramped up to build the rifle, okay, at State Arsenal 26. This is a State Arsenal 26 gun. The State Arsenal 26 was founded in 1899, which is actually kind of late compared to many of the other arms factories around the world. Up until 1956, the State Arsenal in China, number 26, produced bolt-action rifles. The SKS was the first semi-automatic rifle that State Arsenal built at all, okay? The first couple of years of production was overseen by the Russians. Spare parts, tooling, stocks, and all of that was sent over to China by the Russians to help them ramp up their production. And of course, the Type 56 was issued in large numbers to the North Vietnamese during the Vietnam War. Of course, the Chinese did not fight in Vietnam, but they did supply the NVA with food, arms, other things like that. It's a real short-handed little carbine, real nice gun. Of course, the early ones do have a blade bayonet. The later versions were outfitted with a spike bayonet to make the production costs lower. Okay, this is an early gun. Now, one of the ways you can date a Type 56 very easily, especially if it's a State Arsenal 26, I'm going to show you a close-up of the Arsenal 26 marking. But basically, if it's a 7-digit serial number, that means it's in the millions. Okay, you take the first digit and you add it to 56, and that gives you the year. So if I take 3 and add that to 56, that gives me 59. So that makes this a 1959. Okay, the SKS's sight picture arrangement, pretty much what you're going to expect to see out of any AK, Mauser, pretty much uses that old school type of sighting arrangement. Front sight post, and then a notch cut into the rear sight. To load the gun, on an empty magazine, the bolt is automatically locked to the rear. The gun is designed to be fed from 10-round stripper clips, as you can see here. So definitely not as quick to load in the field as other types of guns. But one of the things that the SKS kind of comes out on top on, in my opinion, is the fact that you have higher muzzle velocity because of the longer barrel. And in trained hands, with somebody that knows what they're doing with one of these, you can definitely hold some people off. From a military standpoint, you know, you can almost consider the SKS to be one of the first DMRs there ever was, because you had men that were armed with AK-47s, RPDs, you know, that type of, you know, heavy weaponry at the time, and they were meant to, you know, be your shock troops that would kind of, you know, really pin down the element in front of them, whereby you had guys armed with these that could stay back behind the main element, maybe a few hundred yards further than the main element, and they could lay down very accurate base of fire with these rifles, and a lot of those men were trained with that type of, you know, aspect in mind, you know, to pin down the forward elements so that the soldiers could reload their magazines and basically reload their belted weapons and what have you, or cover a retreat. If you had 10 or 12 men armed with SKSs, your main element, if they needed to back away, retreat, they could lay down very accurate fire, very controlled fire with these, and on a very pinpoint area, and allow their troops to move out. So in a lot of ways, at least from the way the Chinese and the NVA used them, was almost as a designated marksman rifle more than an actual, you know, front-line ass-kicking rifle. So let's try a few shots at 440, and let's see what kind of accuracy it really is capable of.
Just off the plate at 1 o'clock. Just off at 7 o'clock. Same place. 9 o'clock off the plate.
Hitting to the left.
Yep. Just under at 6. There you go. 5 o'clock. That was way off in right field. Same place, way off in right. Off the plate at 3 o'clock. There you go.
Okay, I think I know where to aim. One thing I can say about the sights on one of these rifles, definitely not target sights by any means.
There you go. Just high. Just high and right. Same place, just high and right. Good. Just off at 1 o'clock. Good. Just, oh, you barely clipped it. Just under at 6. Just off to the left at 9. Definitely a tighter grouping.
It definitely slings them in there, but again, it's a matter of having somebody that can really help you walk them in. I can see how, you know, soldiers in Vietnam, I should say NVA soldiers in Vietnam, could definitely cause a lot of trouble with this gun if they know what they're doing. So, Chad, why don't you have a go and we'll swap places.
All right.
Can't even see where it went. Can't see it. It's like you're hitting high and left.
Okay.
Well centered but low. High about 6 inches, well centered. High and left. There you go. See where you hit?
Yep.
You hit to the right and low, about a foot. Man, you barely missed the top of the gong by like an inch. Couldn't tell. Right on it. Good shot. You're on it. Low and to the left, or right. You hit to the right about a foot. Bottom left corner. Hit to the left about 6 inches. Left 6 inches. One of the things that we can generally determine with the Type 56, I mean, you see that this is a pretty long range for this gun. Even with a spotter, it's very difficult to get consistent hits with the rifle with the standard sights that are on the gun. I can say that with all certainty that this gun was pretty much intended to be about a 300 meter combat gun. I can see where it would definitely be dead on at that distance. I feel strongly if I was a little closer, maybe 100 meters closer, I could probably hit that plate just about every dang shot. But across the board, it's a great little gun. This is definitely an early one. It's neat to see, you know, kind of the history that surrounds them. And this is an early Type 56. And, you know, this thing very well could have been bumping around in the jungle of Vietnam for all we know. So we appreciate you guys watching. I invite you to subscribe, check out our channel. We really love doing videos across the board. In case you can't see, we got a ton of stuff on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Check out the Spreadshirt site. We got t-shirts for sale. And thanks for watching.